Welcome back, and it's still the big issue. Honorable Roxanne Nelson Dafiamepo is here. He's the MP for South Dai. We also have Bernard Mona, former chairman for the PNC, and George Ayisi is the director of communications for NADMO. And earlier, Roland showed us what the situation is like on the ground. So we'll cross over to him much later so he can give us some more updates. But, Council, you were going to touch on a question that Mr. George Ayisi had asked you.
I will explain. You see, the MP's Common Fund, let me be very honest with you. There's no legal basis.
There's no legal basis for it?
Yes, there's no basis in law.
For the MP's Common Fund?
Yes, it's a policy.
Okay.
That is why, for instance, as a member of parliament, I've been part of the people who are saying, let us now have legislation to back it. All right?
Okay.
So, it's an agreement between the executive and Common Fund Secretariat to give that small portion for MPs to be able to make interventions during emergencies.
Not to keep you quiet.
You understand? No, not to keep us quiet. But you see,
like
a matter like this, for George, so it will take George some time to mobilize from Metropolitan Accra to come in. The regional administration may have bureaucratic steps, but the MP can make a direct intervention.
Okay.
But her difficulty is about the releases. You know, if you don't have the fund, you can't apply it. The modal code don't have it. You cannot give what you don't have. So that has been her complaint, that she's been making the effort, but the non-availability of the fund is what has prolonged the problem. So, and two.
You mean Zuera?
Yes, Zuera. And two.
She was my party member that you poached.
But you're also a party member.
When?
Are you not?
Thank you.
When?
Oh, PNC and NDC, we do.
But you say Bernard is your party member, so he's
but
a
we
member
do
of the
the same
NDC.
thing.
Obviousness.
No, but we do the same thing.
Obviousness in
PNC.
law.
Oh,
Obviousness in
PNC
law.
and NDC, our orientation are similar.
No,
Okay.
That's all I'm not really saying.
Okay.
not when the NDC originated from
You're
the
not so
NDC.
excited about
Oh, you
this.
see,
Oh, George,
as for place
George,
of
I'm here.
origin,
George, let me respond.
Let's get it.
When
Don't worry,
the
I'll give you the
PNDC
chance to respond. You let him
when
land.
the
Let him land.
PNDC toppled the founder
Bernard,
of the
I'll
PNDC.
give you a chance to respond.
It
do you
is-
know
As
that?
to whether you're a member of the NDC or not,
Do you
respond.
know? Do you know that the Mara Mountains in Cameroon?
I've heard about it.
It erupted from a volcanic eruption. Today, it's home to some of the plush equatorial forests in the world. So we may have erupted from the NDC, the PNDC. But we have become a party that is associated with social interventions. We are socially oriented.
Why are you shocked at that one?
So
That's why you are
Bernard,
shocked.
forget about
You
our
are shocked at
our
that one.
antecedents. We have become a party
No, we are not.
of choice and all that.
No,
But
we are
then I will urge you that you should align with us.
No.
So that we
If
can
he
take
has
out
it
this
already.
government
Okay.
in a coalition.
I see.
Now, because
But Bernard is not with. Are you still with the PNC?
Of course.
he's
Oh, you
with
still
the
are?
PNC. Oh, a
Okay.
former chairman. We
Oh,
need their
well,
support.
I'm just asking.
I
You
am.
see, what
I
is
am.
happening now, we need support to be able to take out the AC and his,
You cannot.
his non-performing, competent branch
You
of government.
cannot.
Now,
Now-
I am a solid
Okay.
Now,
member of the
Come in.
PNC.
the issue about the common fund, as an MP, I make recommendations. I don't approve. It's the DC that approves. The DFO will have to approve. The DCD, when the three of them or any two of them reject, even one disagrees, that's the end.
You won't get it.
You won't get it.
But they can't spend it.
Who told you? They can access the fund. That is what I want to tell you. They can access the fund, and when they have money, if they have an IGF, they can put it back. But they can enter into the account and spend it.
Okay. Okay.
You understand?
Understood.
So, and they can defend it.
Okay.
Because it is part of the fund that comes to the assembly.
Yes.
Let's get back to the conversation
your
now, since we've
priority.
touched on
So,
this.
so my issue is that, George, when we have issues from the peripheral Ghana that shocks the conscience of the nation in the mornings, like a Tuesday morning like this, regarding this school building, we shouldn't go into history. For instance, I shouldn't be talking about my 1847 missionaries coming to Peking and starting the school at Blengo. If a Blengo school has a problem, I should be speaking to the interventions I will make today, pronto.
Okay.
Not saying that the missionaries came to start it and therefore it has to go through a process. No. The children, like Bernard said, they're supposed to be competing in the BECE and national exams in 2 weeks.
They compete.
With people from rich school Lyceum here. So, I want to hear him say that this is all we'll do for this
moving
Talaga school.
forward. I'm sure he has plans, and maybe
No,
you let us
and
know.
this is
Surprise us
a
on
very-
that.
it is a very
Surprise us on that. But let's move
This is a
on.
very simple school,
It's
six unit classroom block. It's not within out of their budget.
Okay.
It's not. It's something they can do.
It's a project
Noted.
for mission,
Let's move on,
right?
gentlemen.
Yes, it's
George, I
good.
want
Okay.
you to give
Let's
that
move
promise
on.
that
No,
not more you will
wait,
do
wait.
that within the next month.
Oh, no. To rebuild
Yes, it should be easy.
We will speak to.
Is that possible?
our director.
It's possible.
Okay,
You
all
can,
right.
They can
To
build this
follow up
in
and
30
then
days.
we'll get
Okay.
the
6
assemblies
unit
to
classroom
support.
block in
You know,
30
not
days.
In
all
30
doesn't
days,
have the
okay.
funds for those
Let's
ones,
move
then
on.
We can get the assemblies to
This
do it.
is
Let's
a
move on,
disaster.
gentlemen.
You have to
Okay.
classify this as a
Bernard.
disaster structure.
Bernard, the
I
president
your
is
mandate.
I agree with you.